Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's Nia. Happy Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. I'm logging on Sunday, March the 10th, 2024. And alhamdulillah, I designed a planner this year because for so many years I was always looking for a planner and I never could find the right one. Or I bought one and thinking it was perfect, but then after like the first few days I stopped using it because it just wasn't user-friendly, I guess. And so what I did was I designed a planner that I think would work best for me and my ADHD brain and help keep me organized, keep my goals on track, but also keep me in the right mindset. Ramadan to me is not just about fasting, but it's also about my relationship to my Creator. So my relationship to Allah is the most important one. And indeed, from that relationship is my relationship to myself. And from those relationships, enriching the ones that I have with others. So that's how I look at Ramadan, as a place for me to replenish my spirit with my very best friend, Allah, and to rejuvenate myself and reaffirm who I am with confidence, with certainty, with faith, and get me back on track for the rest of the year so that I can have something not only for myself but for others. And it's all geared toward you starting from the place of self and that sacred relationship that you have with Allah. And when you start from there, everything else blooms and blossoms. Self-care to me is the most important thing that you can do during Ramadan, because if you are at your best, then you can get the most out of your month. And just because you're fasting doesn't mean that you're drained and, you're dragging. That's what suhoor is all about. So you get up and you eat your suhoor. And so I've included a meal tracker as well so that you can plan your suhoor. Write in what you plan to have for suhoor each morning, and then write in what you plan to have for iftar. And also there's a weekly planner so that you can schedule things for throughout the week, starting with meeting your goals for Quran, making sure that you're on track with keeping up with your Taraweeh prayer. There is a Taraweeh tracker in there. And it's all geared toward you starting from the place of self and that sacred relationship that you have with Allah. And when you start from there, everything else blooms and blossoms. And there are pages to keep you grounded in the self-care, from your emotional self-care to your physical self-care and your spiritual self-care. There are pages for you to write down goals for your spiritual goals this month. And there's also a guide to help you craft appropriate goals, because, a goal without a deadline is just a dream. And you want to make sure that you are actually crafting these goals that are SMART, S-M-A-R-T. There's also a section to remind you of your du'as. And one thing that I've learned in my 50 years is that Allah always answers your du'as, and it's always on time. And even the wild and crazy du'as that you make that you forgot that you made, Allah answers those. So craft your du'as with intentionality and craft your du'as around how Allah shows up for you in those attributes. And also remember Allah's attributes, all the different ways that Allah shows up for us in our lives. Choose the names that remind you of what it is that you need from Allah and that Allah shows up for us in every day, consistently. And in Quran, there are so many reminders. There are pages for you to take notes when you're reading Quran. So yes, definitely utilize those pages, and track your. There's a place where you can mark off, I've read this juz and this is what I've learned, and that's for every juz. And there are also pages for other kinds of goals. For example, a dua you'd like to memorize, or a surah that you wanted to memorize that you've been, putting off for so long. Now is a good time. Write that down as your goal. Enjoy the journal. It is made with love, and it comes from a place of love. And I think that it's going to be a journey this year. Alhamdulillah for us, welcoming another year, another Ramadan this year. Alhamdulillah for us, seeing another year of life. And may Allah grant us all mercy and blessings this month, and relieve any pain and suffering that we are feeling, especially for those of us who are struggling with health issues, for those of us who are struggling with disability, and especially for those of us who are alone and don't have a lot of support. And if you are one of those folks who are not connected to a masjid like me this year, please feel free to reach out to us and connect, because that's why Black Muslim Girl Fly, that's why BMG Fly exists. Our goal is to create community and to build sisterhood bonds, and this is the time of year to do it. So inshallah, stay tuned. I will be checking in online. I definitely want to share the journey of using this journal. This is the first time I'm using this journal, so you're going on this journey with me. And if you haven't downloaded the journal, please go to blackmuslimgirlfly.com and download the planner, and you'll get the meal tracker along with it. And follow along with me. Let's fill in this journal together, inshallah. All right, let's do this. Ramadan Mubarak, everyone. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Blessings on me. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Everywhere I go, they'll be. Blessings on me. Blessings on me.